chat box. So later, after complete the class, you just download and follow this material. So basically, this asset accounting explanation and configuration, whatever, it's take almost 4 classes. So in this section, I just explained what is asset accounting, why we are using this asset accounting, what is the configuration process, and what are the documents further, what kind of documents we are posting this asset accounting. Everything I'll explain, and once finishing at the end of 10 minutes, I'll post some entries because I already done configuration in my system. So later, and maybe next 2 or 3 classes, I'll explain configuration part and everything. So my voice and screen share, everything, it will be fine, right?
Yes, it's very much good.
So don't touch stop record requesting. Okay. Nobody cannot touch that stop record button. And also please mute yourself. Okay. So this is the basic overview, like what is mean, why we are using the asset accounting, what is the meaning of asset, what is the meaning of asset accounting, types of assets, and intangible, tangible and intangible assets, why we are using the depreciation and everything, it will be updated in this worksheet, and step by step also updated in this worksheet. So then let's start the Excel. So basically, asset accounting. So asset accounting is one of the submodule compared to it is one of the submodule in FICO. So why we general ledger point of view, like GL and accounts payable, accounts receivable, at the same time, asset accounting also one of the sub ledger. So one sub ledger, and it is the one of the submodule in FICO. So first, why we are using the asset accounting? So any company like a small scale or big scale, large scale, or service based company or product based company, whatever the company, they are purchasing some assets to their part of business running. So the part of business running purpose, they will buy some assets. So these whatever the assets they are purchasing, everything it will be recorded in SAP ERP. So in SAP ERP, if they want to they want to record the transaction and display the balance sheet purpose. So they need to use asset accounting module. So these assets basically two types, like tangible assets and intangible assets. Whatever tangible means, anybody already having idea. So tangible means we can we can touch and feel, like buildings, furniture, plant and machinery. So whatever the assets we have apps to touch. So these kind of all assets we can treat as a tangible assets, and intangible assets we cannot touch it. So, but it is a one part of the asset, like a goodwill, logos, patent rights, everything it will be. So this is the two kind of assets. So now we are implementing the asset accounting. The main purpose is under the tangible assets. Under the tangible also fixed asset purpose, we are using the asset accounting. So current asset purpose, we are not using the asset accounting because the current assets like a bank balance, something. So that kind of current assets purpose, we don't need to use the asset accounting. So we are using mainly asset accounting for the fixed assets purpose. So then two types of assets we are wearing, and depreciation. So depreciation means we will reduce the asset value. So for example, as a company point of view, company will buy the vehicle. So will buy the vehicle 10 lakhs rupees value. So later, 1 year or 2 year later, the company will sell the vehicle maybe 7 lakhs, 8 lakhs. So remaining 3 lakhs, it will be will treat it as a depreciation. So depreciation means depreciation means we are using that amount. For example, one more example, we can buy a mobile phone. So this year we'll buy that mobile phone like 1 lakh rupees. Later, 1 year or 2 years, we'll ready to save that mobile, but nobody cannot buy the same amount. So they will buy like 70,000, 50,000 something. So remaining whatever the rest of amount, that amount will treat it as a depreciation because we already use that production. So sorry, because we already use that product. So these purpose company point of view also as per company part of assets, so like vehicles, plant and machinery, whatever different kind of assets. These purpose companies already use it that particular asset. So these purpose we need to depreciate that value. For example, one asset value 1 lakh will enter in the balance sheet in this financial year. So later 1 year, 2 year also, 2 year later also, we need to update the same amount in balance sheet. It is not correct because that original asset value is maybe some amount decreased. But if we did not depreciate the asset value, then whatever the asset value updated in balance sheet, it is completely wrong. So these purpose. So mainly asset accounting, why we are using the asset accounting means to evaluate and to identify the asset original value at any time. So it will identify the asset original value at any kind of time. So this purpose we are using the asset accounting. So then, so under the assets, so some of the assets we can done the depreciation, and some kind of assets we are not able to done. We are not depreciate like assets which can be depreciated and assets which are not applicable for depreciation. So, for example, as a company point of view, buildings, computers, machinery, plant, whatever, these all kind of assets we need to depreciate year by year, monthly, whatever the client requirement. We need to depreciate the asset value month-wise, year-wise, whatever. So these kind of assets will depreciate it. And what kind of assets we no need to depreciate, like assets which are not applicable for the depreciation, like land and AUC. So land means, so as a part of business company point of view, the company will buy different kind of different places. They will buy the assets. So it means under the land means the company point of view, the company will buy the land from Hyderabad area, Bangalore area, different kind of areas. So mostly land, 99% of land value will not be depreciated because nowadays most of the places land value will be day to day increase only. So that purpose we are not able to depreciate the land value. Then at the same time, AUC. AUC means asset under construction. Once again, the record is okay. So, okay. AUC means asset under construction. So, for example, as a company part of you, for example, we can treat any real estate or any other company. The company will construct one business. Will construct a building. So it means whatever the like building or plant, whatever it is of constructing position, that item will treat it as a AUC asset too. So after when complete AUC construction is completed, then we will hand over to the building. We will hand over this building to the customer. Till date, this AUC asset we are not able to depreciate to uh, because AUC means construction. Construction. It means if we spend money, or if we will spend money to the construction of buildings, till end of the construction, we are spending that amount. But it's take 1 year, 2 years, whatever. But we are not able to decrease the amount. Later, we will sell this asset to the customer. When the customer start using that particular asset, then only that date onwards, we will treat as a depreciation. So AUC is asset under construction. So these kind of land and AUC will not depreciate it. So remaining all kind of assets will depreciate it as a company point of view. So then chart of depreciation. So chart of depreciation, it means as per asset accounting process, we are using this chart of depreciation. Chart of depreciation is the key setup to enable and execute asset accounting for company code. It means any kind of depreciation activities comes under the asset accounting. First, we need to move this chart of depreciation. We need to create the chart of depreciation. So how we will create the chart of depreciation, how we will do the configuration and everything, I will explain later. So chart of depreciation is nothing but it is the depreciation key. And under the chart of depreciation, there is a different kind of depreciation area. So like a book depreciation, income tax depreciation, and group level depreciation. There are different kind of depreciation. So these are all depreciation. In SAP provide standard depreciation, whatever the depreciation, based on our requirement. We will choose some depreciation areas. Like here, depreciation and income tax depreciation means based on the country legal requirement. Based on the country legal requirement, will select this depreciation. And group depreciation means company. For example, one client having different company codes. In these scenarios, we are using the group depreciation. So later I'll explain full fledged at the time of configuration type. And second one is depreciation method flow. So depreciation means as a part of company, there are a company having different kind of assets. For example, company having plant and machinery. So whenever we install the plant and machinery, as per government rules and regulations, the plant will be the plant will be work only 10 years or 15 years. That time will be I mean, that asset lifetime will be fixed from the government only. For example, we will buy a bike. So bike lifetime is 12 years or 14 years something. The government only fixed that lifetime. So later, once the lifetime is finished, then we'll remove that bike. I mean, scrap that bike. So that purpose, whatever the kind of assets in our company point of view, we will fix the depreciation methods. So like some assets will treat it as a straight line depreciation. Some of assets will treat as a declining depreciation. So some assets will lifetime it will be 10 years, and some assets lifetime it will be 15 years. So whatever based on the asset nature wise and asset lifetime wise, we will define the depreciation methods as per the client requirement part of the real-time businesses. So now I just explain this is the important what is the meaning of straight line in written down depreciation. So I just explain as a company point of view here. I will buy one plant, rupees 10 lakhs rupees worthable plant. I will buy. So this is the purchase value. So as per SAP terminology, purchase is nothing but acquisition. So you just remember that purchase word. So if as a SAP ERP, if we will buy any kind of assets, we just treat it as a acquisition. Acquisition means purchase. So here this asset, this plant and machinery acquisition value is 10 lakhs. So as per government or client requirement, the depreciation percentage is 10%. So every year we will depreciate the amount on the particular asset only 10% on the acquisition
Hey, hi,
value. Here,
Mohan.
once again, anybody, so my voice is audible, right?
Yes, yes, Mohan.
Without
Actually,
any
many
noise.
people are unable to join. Bhaskar sir is asking share Google Meet link.
Acha, acha. Okay. So we have a record, not an issue. Later we'll download the record, just go through.
Yeah, okay.
So here, baseline. So baseline means you just understand this is important. Baseline means we are going to depreciate the amount any particular kind of assets. Baseline is important. So baseline means under the straight line method, baseline is acquisition value. So it means here depreciation is 10%. Our purchase value is, I mean, acquisition value is 10 lakh. So if you want to depreciate this asset, 10% is 1 lakh. So it means how we can calculate this 1 lakh means 10% we will calculate this 10% on the acquisition value. So under the straight line method, acquisition baseline value is acquisition value. So you just remember this is important. Straight line method baseline value is acquisition value, and written down method baseline value is net book value. I just explained the difference between both. So here, just delete this one. This one also just delete. So the asset value is 1 lakh. So straight line base value is same thing. Whatever the purchase value, this one I just mention it. So up to 10 years, I just copy paste the same thing. So here, depreciation value. So depreciation value is baseline by 100 into 10. So whatever the baseline means, it means whatever the baseline will take a 10%. So 10 lakhs by 100 into 10. So 1 lakh. So this is the depreciation value for the first year. And at the same time, second year also same thing, because Here baseline is acquisition value. So every year baseline is same 10 lakhs. Then we'll depreciated 1 lakh depreciation amount for every year. So just drag it down, drag down. So it means at the end of 10 years, the asset value is completely zero. So it means lifetime also 10 years. So depreciation also completely at the end of 10 years. So this is the straight line method based on, you just understand this one. So then only we can do the configuration, because here the explanation is important. Based on the explanation only we will do the configuration on the SAP ERP. Then we'll go for the written down method. So written down method means declining method. So here after the this is the after depreciation, after the straight line depreciation value, every year value. So 10 lakhs minus 1 lakh, so 90,000. So first year asset final value. So final value is, I mean, net book value is 9 lakhs, and second year 8 lakhs, third year 7 lakhs. At the end, it will be zero. This is the final value. You will treat it as a net book value. Net book value. So then go for the written down method. So, and written down method also, in written down method, we will treat as a baseline. So written down, if you want to calculate the depreciation under the written down method, we will select the, we need to baseline, we need for the baseline value. So here baseline value is, first year is same 10 lakhs, and coming to the second year. So second year means we'll calculate the depreciation on the net book value. So for example, first year total acquisition value is 10 lakhs, and 10 lakhs by 100 into 10%. I just explain. So this is the acquisition value. So we'll treat it as a, we treat depreciation on depreciation on baseline. First year is only 10 lakhs. So like it means first year 10 lakhs by, sorry, 10 lakhs by 100 into 10. Sorry. 10 lakhs by 100 into 10. So this is the depreciation value for the first year, because first year till we did not do the any depreciation. So we can take the depreciation on total acquisition value. And coming to the second year onwards, we'll take the depreciation amount on the net book value. So here after the depreciation, at the same time here also after the depreciation, straight line method also after the depreciation, net book value is 9 lakhs. At the same time written down value also first year only, after the depreciation, net book value is 9 lakhs. But we'll take the depreciation amount from next second year onwards based on the net book value. Like it means net book value 9 lakhs by 100 into 10. So 81,000. So third year 81,000 by 100 into 10. At the same time, it means declining method. So you just understand this format. Later we'll do the configuration. The finally system result also showing the same way. Just drag down. So you can see this is the example, but both amount will not match. Here depreciation written down method also balance it will be showing not zero. It is not a matter. So as a real time, in real time scenarios, each and every asset wise they will fix only one kind of depreciation, like even straight line or depreciation, whatever. So this is the difference between straight line and written down method. This is also one of the most important question. So so straight line method base value is the acquisition value for the end of the life, end of the asset period. At the same time, written down method depreciation value will be calculated, and base value is net book value. So this is the difference between. So then just go to the another depreciation key. So as part of configuration, we need to do the depreciation key. So first we need to create the depreciation key. So based on the depreciation key, each and every asset wise will run the depreciation in further sections. So depreciation key is basically used to calculate the depreciation percentage and apply the depreciation terms and conditions. So even if we'll explain coming configuration part clearly. So then transaction type. So transaction type means, so it is the internal or external, whatever. For example, as a company point of view, we'll buy some asset from vendors. So vendor is the outside person. So we'll do the transaction from outside people. That is called as the external transactions. So as a part of company, we'll buy one plant and machinery, some XYZ vendor. So in this scenario, XYZ vendor is the outside person. So now the transaction will be treated as a external transaction. Then in-house transaction. In-house transaction means as a client having different kind of multiple company codes. So in these scenarios, we will move our assets to one company code to another company code. In these scenarios, we will use the in-house transaction. So we need to use the 110 number. At the same time, retirement. Whatever the assets we are having our company point of view, like sometimes lifetime period assets are scrap damaged items or whatever, damaged assets and scrapping assets, sale of assets. So these kind of all transaction, whenever we are doing these types, we are using the 210. It means, for example, we will sell the asset. It means if we sell the asset, then automatically asset will left from our company. Then automatically it will treat as a retirement. Then, for example, lifetime is completed. Then we will treat it as a retirement. So these kind of transaction we will use the 210. So this is the most important transaction types, like external 100, in-house. In-house means within the client level, within the company, will move the assets to one company, go to another company, 110, and retirement or 210. These are the transaction type we will use. Then coming to the posting keys. So already aware this posting keys. Posting keys means, for example, we can post expenditure document. For example, SA document will post any document like a salary payable. So salaries account data, salaries account debit, and cash at bank account, whatever payment method, that amount will, that GL will treat it as a credit. So in this scenario, debit 40 and credit 50, that is the posting keys. At the same time, here also, asset debit is 70, asset credit is 75. This is the standard posting keys. So asset debit means we will purchase asset. So then transaction is asset account debit and some XYZ vendor credit. So here asset is debit. Asset is coming in part of our business. So then we will treat it as a 70 is the posting key. Then 75 asset credit. So it means asset to internal transfer or sale or retirement, whatever the scenario is. Asset credit, then we will use the 75. So this is the posting keys. And coming to the document types. So document types also, you are availing the document types like general ledger point of view, SA document to custom vendor, vendor invoice posting KR, vendor invoice clearing KZ, customer DR, DZ, like that. Asset accounting relevant, and also we need to post different kind of document, asset purchasing AA, asset depreciation AF. This is the document type. So why I am explaining everything. First, you will understand this basic theory and basic step by step. Then only we will understand the configuration point. So based on these steps only, I'll do the configuration. So this is the configuration step by step. This is asset accounting is very lengthy topic. So then coming to the asset class. So asset class means, so this is the asset class is the asset class is the more under the asset class only we are creating in different kind of assetting as a part of company by a purchasing purpose. So for example, asset class. So here I just mentioned land, buildings, plant and machinery, furniture, vehicles. I just mentioned 6 kind of assets. So it means if we created one asset class, so under the asset class only we will create the like asset land 1, land 2, land 3. It means Hyderabad, say Hyderabad land or Bangalore, CKB, Martli, whatever the land names, Nellore, VRC, whatever land names, like particular land names. So these kind of all land names will mention under the land class. So asset class is the most important. Under the asset class only we will create the different kind of assets. So then then account determination. So these at the time of asset class creation, we need to assign the account determination and screen layout. So I just explained account determination, why we are using the account determination. So this is the account determination. So account determination means at the time of asset accounting relevant, any kind of transactions we are posting, the system will pick the GLs automatically. So for example, we will post for example, we'll post one entry, asset sale. So asset sale entry is customer account data to sales account, or else customer account data to particular asset sale. So at the same, but we are updating only two line items like customer line item and asset line item. But system is pick automatically. So here I just explain. So here acquisition means at the time of asset purchasing, asset account debit, vendor account credit. So depreciation means depreciation account debit, accumulated depreciation. So I just explained what is the meaning of accumulated depreciation. So I think depreciation is anybody aware? Depreciation is nothing but to depreciate the value. So it is treated as a expenditure. So then we will book as a P&L account. Then coming to accumulated depreciation. So accumulated depreciation is SAP ERP only introduced this accumulated depreciation. The main purpose why they are introduced this accumulated depreciation is to identify the particular asset wise how much amount will be depreciated in particular financial year or total financial year. So these purpose we are using the accumulated depreciation. So it means so we cannot generate the reports under the depreciation GL account for the each and every asset wise how much depreciation will done. So these purpose we are using the accumulated depreciation. With the help of accumulated depreciation GL only, we will generate the report for particular asset wise how much depreciation will done in the particular duration. So these purpose we are using the accumulated depreciation. Later I will explain. Then so this is the two transactions, and now I am going to explain why account determination is created. Asset sale. So here asset sale is customer account debit and asset sale is credit. These two GLs only we will update at the time of posting, but system automatically it will pick the remaining four GLs like accumulated depreciation, asset sale contra, and asset purchase contra. If profit get the asset sale, then profit on sale of asset it will come under credit. If a loss generated, if sale of asset, then loss on sale of asset comes under the credits debit side. So these purpose the remaining four GLs it will be automatically at the time of asset accounting posting. These purpose we are creating the account determination. So here account determination using with the A190T code we will assign the all relevant GL accounts like acquisition GL account, loss on sale of retirement and loss on sale of retirement and asset and sale of asset and profit on sale of asset, loss on sale of asset. You need to create different kind of GL accounts, whatever the how many kind of assets as a part of business like land, buildings. So under the buildings, we will create different kind of business, furniture, different kind of furniture, vehicles. Many of the vehicles will create the vehicle master data under the vehicles. So technical assets, AUC. So these purpose account determination we created. So under the account determination, we will assign the all relevant GL accounts. So like these GL accounts at the same time normal depreciation, accumulated depreciation. So these are all the GL accounts we need to assign under the account determination. So then only at the time of any asset relevant transaction posting, relevant required GLs system will show automatically. For example, 1 lakh asset, one asset will purchase 1 lakh. So we'll use depreciation 10 lakh, 10,000. So later we'll sell that asset same 1 lakh. So then, so 1 lakh is a purchase value and depreciation is 10,000. So total usage value also we can calculate it. So total 1 lakh minus sale value 1 lakh. Then our profit is 10,000. So these purpose we are using the GL accounts and I just explain this sheet. You can see here asset purchase is 10,000. So, and asset purchase is 10,000. So, and depreciation is 3,000. Then again, we'll say that asset is 8,000. So 8,000 plus accumulated depreciation. So it means how much amount, how much worthable amount we already used that particular asset. So 3,000. So it means total amount is 11,000. So but system which shows customer sale of sale of customer account debit and sale of asset will the two line items we will enter. Then system automatically asset sale contra. So how much amount will sale, that will contra entry system it will pick automatically. At the same time asset purchase entry it will pick automatically. So total is 10,000 will purchase and sale amount is 8,000. So depreciation is 7,000. So 8 plus 3 11, but our purchase amount is 10. So total profit is 1,000. So at the same time, you just understand this Excel sheet. At the same time, whatever we have done, done this every configuration, system will post automatically. The final, whatever the explanation done, I just posted few more entries in my server. You just understand that one. So this purpose we are assigning the account determinations. So this is the account determination. And screen layout. So we are using the screen layout means. So at the same time in FI level, I mean GL point of view, whenever we are trying to create the GL accounts, which field is required, which field is mandatory, we need to define. At the same time here also, at the time of asset master creation, whatever the fields is required, like asset acquisition date, asset name, and asset full details, and which date asset it will be capitalization, and this asset we are purchasing from which company code and which business area, which
Is it
cost
equal to
center.
field status variant where we are
Yes,
controlling
sir, right.
certain fields?
Equal to field status variant.
Okay, thank you.
So, so which I mean which business area, which company code, and everything it will be defined under the screen layout also. So this purpose we need to create the screen layout. Later we'll go for the screen layout rule, which field is required and which field is mandatory. Everything it will be fixed based on the requirement. So we need to create the determination and screen layout rules and number range. So this is the step by step is there. So account determination we created here. I just take 6 kind of assets in part of business. So I just created a 6 determinations and screen layout rules also. I need to create the 6 screen layout rules. Number range. So already you are aware in this number range because number range means at the time of any asset, I mean GL document, asset, AP, AR relevant documents posting, we need to create a document like go to the OBA7, select on the document type and go and again click on the FBN1, select our company code and give the number ranges, required number ranges. Uh, so at the same time, here also, if you want to create the asset master data, so here land is the one kind of asset. So under the asset, under the land, if you want to create the 10 kind of as a part of company will buy 10 to 15 lands. So the land names creation time, for example, land 1, land 2, land 3, whatever you are creating different kind of land, system will generate automatically. If you assign this number, one is assigned for the land determination, then automatically system will shows 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Like we have an option to 1,000 lands creating option under the land determination. At the same time, here also buildings. So if you assign this number range to 1,001 to 2,000 relevant buildings, we need to create under the building master data under the building class. So later, maybe next classes, I'll explain one by one how we can create the asset master data, everything. So this purpose, we are using the screen layout and number ranges. So whatever we created determination, screen layout, number range, everything we need to assign under the asset class because asset class is the highest level. In under the asset class only, we will create the asset. So we need to create the asset class. How many kind of assets we have? Based on that, we will create like land. This is the asset class creation, land 1, land 2, land 3. So this is the name I just mentioned. Based on your company code, we will change later company code. Land 1, land, buildings, furniture. At the same time, under the land determination, I will assign whatever the land determination I created. Whatever the land determination I create here, this land determination I will assign under the land. At the same time, land screen layout rule. At the same time, land number range. At the same time, a status of NOC. I mean, NOC means I already explained which items we are going to depreciate it. So land and buildings we are going to depreciate it, and AUC means line item settlement. This is concept. This concept is fully completed on the CO level. Whatever the expenditure recorded, whatever the expenditure recorded from the FI level, it automatically go to the CO level. Under the CO level, AUC asset wise, how much amount will spend, everything will be settled based on the weekly, monthly. Then only the amount will be moved on the AUC GL account. So it means line item settlement means, for example, under the construction, one building is construction. So we are spending that amount monthly, daily, weekly, something, whatever. But at the end of weekly or monthly, we will settle that amount. Then only the complete 1 week or 1 month, how much amount will be spend that amount. Total amount will move on the AUC asset. This is the CO part of you. I'll explain. So these three at the time of asset class creation, these three will create. Then required GLs, I already explained. Asset reconciliation account GL account. So reconciliation means we already aware about the vendor reconciliation account. So at the time of AP, we are creating the vendor reconciliation account because so under the like domestic vendor, international service, one-time intra-company vendor, whatever. Why we need to create the vendor reconciliation account means if you want to know the balances or total vendor balances under the particular vendors wise. So that purpose will create the vendor reconciliation account. So using with vendor reconciliation account, we'll generate the report total vendors, how much amount we need to pay, total how much customers we need, total how much vendors, how much customers we need to collect some amount as a part of AR. So at the same time, AP and AR, how we are using the reconciliation account. Here also we need to create the reconciliation account because as a company point of view, under the land reconciliation account, how many assets we have, how much worthable assets we have. So everything we want to know bulk level, we want to generate the report under the bulk level, then we will use the land reconciliation account. Then at the same time, building reconciliation account, vehicles, technical assets. So that purpose, we need to create the reconciliation account. Then coming to accumulated depreciation. I already told accumulated depreciation. So we need to create one accumulated depreciation part of land, buildings, furniture, vehicles, and everything. Then only we will generate the reports. Total land reconciliation wise, how much depreciation done, and total land wise, each and every land amount, how much depreciated we done. Everything will be generated using with the accumulated depreciation GL only. That purpose we will create the accumulated depreciation GL account. Then sale of GL account. So each and every, so basically, why I am explaining 6 kind of assets. If I just explain one kind of asset, it is enough. But you just understanding purpose, I created 6 kind of assets. So for example, land sale. So land, whenever you are trying to post the land sale entry, then we need to select under the land sale posting entry. Land sale, we'll need to select land credit as a 50 posting key. I will explain one by one at the time of posting. So that purpose, we need to create the land sales GL account and create relevant GL account. So it means if we'll sell any asset to the another customer after use, if for example, if we buy any asset, later 1 year or 2 year we are using that asset, again we'll sell that asset to the some XYZ customer. So at that time, if we sell that asset with profit, then system will pick automatically profit on sale of asset GL. That purpose we need to create the GL account. That GL account we will assign AO90. So under the determination area, loss on sale of asset. For example, we will buy an asset 1 lakh. Later, you will usage amount is like depreciation amount is only 10,000. So value is 90,000, but we'll sell that amount, we'll sell that asset is only 80,000. Then we'll get the 10,000 loss. So based on that, this loss on sale of GL account only, system will display automatically at the time of sale entry posting. If it is profit, profit and sale of asset GL account, it will be updated. Say if it is loss, sale of asset GL account, it will be updated. Then scrapping of GL account. Scrapping of GL account means, so for example, lifetime is completed, then we will remove that asset from our balance sheet. That scenarios will use that without profit. Without profit, we can remove that asset, then we'll use that scrapping an asset. So this is the GL accounts. We need to create the later. Then asset depreciation. So I already told depreciation is important. So each and every asset wise, we need to done the depreciation to identify the original value of asset. So under the buildings or under the building part of assets, we need to create the building depreciation, furniture depreciation, vehicle depreciation, land depreciation. Here you just understand, you just observe. I did not enter the AUC. So AUC and asset under construction, because we no need to depreciate the asset under construction. So this is the GL account. We these kind of all the GL accounts we need to create. Later we'll assign this all the GL accounts to the A190 automatic posting. So then this is the document type. So I already told document types. This scenario I just explained document type AAAF. So once again, so I already explained different types of documents as a part of asset accounting transaction, asset purchase AF, asset depreciation AF. Depreciation is, it will run automatically by month. Depreciation is the month ending activities based on the client requirement, uh, 2 months or 3 months, whatever, 6 months. But mostly depreciation will be calculated on monthly basis only. So that purpose of depreciation run purpose AF in document type. So using with path, or we can define the depreciation using with the document types and create the number ranges for the particular depreciation, particular documents. That defines screen layout, master data. So I just explained, I already explained screen layout. Here we need to create the screen layouts only. That screen layouts, which field is required and which field is mandatory is we are defining here only under the different screen layout rules for asset master data. So here only we'll define the which field is required, which field is not required. Same way field status group. Then coming to the defined depreciation method. So I already told defined depreciation method part of nature of the asset will define the straight line and written down depreciation. So we need to create the depreciation methods in the using with path. We need to create the ERP. So then maintain depreciation keys. So this is the most important. After that, till this configuration is completed, I mean depreciation methods is completed, we need to create the one depreciation key. So based on the depreciation key only, we will assign the depreciation key to asset master data. Whenever we are trying to generate post the asset, then automatically system it will show particular asset planned depreciation, planned depreciation, posted depreciation, everything it will be appearing here. So this is the main to maintain depreciation key, whatever maintain depreciation key for all kind of assets. So next, determine the depreciation area in asset class. So here we'll select the depreciation key, whatever the depreciation key we created here. That depreciation key here we need to assign the all kind of assets at the same time. We need to here assign 2,000, something. It means the depreciation it will be acceptable asset value. Fine, I mean sub main asset or sub asset whatever. If you select this 2,000 main asset and sub asset also, system will take the depreciation. If you select the 1,000, system will take only sub asset. This is it will everything. If we have an idea regarding these steps, then we'll go to the configuration. Then only we'll understand. So this is till determination. I mean, determine the depreciation area. Till here, this is the completely configuration part as a consultant work. And from here onwards, this is the end user part. So whatever the end user posted to the document, this is completely end user part. So I just posted few more entries to explain how system it will be generated and everything. After completed this configuration and everything. If I'll get the chance to take another classes, or maybe next class I will do the configuration to create a new company code. So then I just go to my SAP ECC server /n. So just close the remaining screens. So this is the end user part, but as a consultant must and should aware about this, whatever the transactions is doing and posted in end user part, everything consultant will know. Then AS01. AS01 is the T code for the asset creation. AS01. So this is the asset class. Here you just observe asset class. So whenever we are trying to create any asset master. So this is not a purchase entry. This is asset master. For example, a company purchased one vehicle, or else company purchased any something XYZ material, XYZ asset. So before posting the asset purchase entry, we need to create asset GL. Asset master is nothing but asset GL. At the same time, APA or GL point of view also, if you want to post any entry like a salaries account debit and bank account credit. So if you want to post that entry, we need to must we need to GL accounts like salary GL account and bank or cash GL account. At the same time, here also, if you want to post the asset purchase entry, we have a set data, asset master data. So that part, so it means asset creation. So here asset class. So I just explain asset class. This is the asset class. Whenever I am trying to create any asset, under the asset class only we are going to create. Here TE, for example, if I want to create one asset TESL4, I mean under the vehicles. So under the vehicles, I want to create a different kind of vehicle. Then I need to select TESLA. This is the asset class. So at the same time, here also RED1, REDI7. This is the one of the asset class I already created company code REDA. So I just entered. So this is the asset master creation screen. So before going to create, we just checked our company code and everything is there. Then this is the general data. So I already told screen layout, define screen layout rules. So screen layout means which field is required, which field is mandatory. So here discretion, everything will need to just optional, but here capitalization date is I just mentioned discretion also mandatory. Capitalization date I entered mandatory so that it will show the tick mark. So without capitalization date, I did not enter. System cannot save the data. So here, this is the ties and production asset. I just mentioned something, anything. So just mention bull rider. This is one of the asset. So if you want to mention any discretion, you just mention it, not an issue. So then here capitalization means which date asset will come to our company. So here capitalization means we are asset will purchase this month first tarikh, but later invoice will receive 2 days back ago, but entry is posting today. But original asset is received from this month first tarikh. It means 15 to 16 days back. At the same time, vendor invoice point of view also will receive the material some 10 days back, but later some issues, the end user posted the invoices due to the technical issues. End user post the invoice in later 10 days later or 15 days later. But on the physical document, under the physical document, whenever the invoice is generated, the date will be mentioned. So here FB60. This is the vendor invoice. Here invoice date is whatever the invoice is posted date. Once again. sorry, slash and FB50. You can do general entry also. Expenditure also not an issue. So your posting date means, for example, we'll spend amount like whatever the salaries, whatever we'll spend in 10 months back. Sorry, 10 days back. But end user posted document is today. So we need to mention in document date means physical whatever the date mentioned in physical date, that date will called as a physical date. So at the same time, here also acquisition date means we are received the asset in this month first, but later we'll generate the entry in this month 16. So these 16 days almost asset already entered in company. Already we are starting the usage of particular asset. Then we need to use the depreciation, whatever these kind of purpose. We need this asset calculation date means we will enter whatever the date, whatever the asset will come enter in company code. That date only here we need to update. So here I just mentioned today date. Sorry, this month first. 11/01/11/2024. So this month 11th I received the asset, but later today only I posted. So this is the general tab. These are under the general tab. Capitalization is required. Depreciation name is required. If you want to require remaining deactivation and planned retirement, everything we need to click. We need to keep in the required option under the screen layout rules. Then go to the time dependent. Here business area I just mentioned mandatory. So RET. So in part of my Reliance Digital company code, I have a different kind of company business areas I just mentioned. So if you want to require cost center, you need to mention cost center as a mandatory. Then here cost center also system will source cost mandatory. Then go to the allocation. These are all no need to enter here and enter now because I did not mention mandatory. Go to the depreciation areas. So here system will display automatically for the depreciation. So under the under the ties GL ties kind of asset, I already mentioned the depreciation key. So depreciation method created. So here depreciation method is created. So under the depreciation key, I already assigned in the depreciation key. So final depreciation key is the final. Based on the depreciation key, system will generate the depreciation amount. So this is the depreciation key. And useful life. So under the all kind of ties assets, under the all kind of ties asset, I already fixed it in the useful life 10 years. But later if you want to change, you need to update here because configurational data I mentioned in 10 years. This is the master data. So whatever the data updated in configuration data, we will retry the using with master data. It means configuration data is done and master data is done. But finally, at the time of transaction posting, we have an option to change the everything like terms and conditions. So at the same time, here also depreciate the time of depreciation key. I assign this particular kind of assets lifetime is 10 years. But now later I want to change this particular asset lifetime is 15 years, 10 years, something. I have an option to change and depreciation start from. So acquisition date onwards, I will start the depreciation. Enter, enter. So here you can see the asset 8003 was created because why 8003 was created? It means I already created this particular kind of asset number range 8001 to 9000 something. So that system will pick the 8003. I already created two GL accounts in previous section. So at the same time, we have option to under the ties under the asset class, we have option to create the 1000 ties related assets. So then now we created the asset. Now if you want to check the asset data, this is the AS01 is the asset master data. Now sub asset, if you want to create the sub asset matter, sub asset, then AS11T code, you can directly create the sub asset. Then this is the acquisition entry. So now I just go through display asset value. So AW01, if I'll check the T code, asset will not be displayed because will created only asset master data, but will not posted any asset value. AW01N. So just go back /n AW01N /n AW01N. Enter. So here there is no any asset display here because we did not post any purchase entry. So then /n F.F-90. This is the asset acquisition, asset purchase T code. So this is the asset purchase screen. So document date means that particular asset enter in company in this month first onwards. So I just mentioned in the 01/11/2024. Then at the time of asset purchasing, so asset purchasing basically entry is asset account debit and vendor account credit. So at the same time, but here system it shows startingly credit line item it will be displayed. So posting key is 31. 31 means at the time of asset posting, 31 indicates the credit line item, credit posting key. So now here we need to update the credit line item, select on the vendor name. So automatically whatever the vendors I created in my company code, everything it will be displayed. So I have created just 2 more vendors. Click on this. So this is the vendor and posting key is 30. So it means I am purchasing this material. So and so this vendor. So credit posting is 31. So now I already explained external transaction type. So I already explained in the Excel sheet. So external transaction is 70/75. So and sorry, external posting key. The posting key 70, debit and credit 75, and the external transaction is 100. So external transaction 100. So here I just mentioned the transaction type external 100. Enter. So how much amount I will purchase that particular tax relevant asset. So here I just mentioned 5 lakhs. 5 lakhs I just mentioned and text purchase bull rider asset something. So here this is the first one I already created updated credit line item. So now here we need to assign the debit line item. So debit means asset debit means I already told debit whenever the asset accounting, whenever asset comes under the debit side, we need to update the debit posting is 70 and account. So here it will display whatever the asset we are created in the asset master data, everything it will be appearing here. Then we will select the particular asset. So here bull rider. So this is the asset I'm just creating under the asset master data. Continue. So here also I just mentioned the asset external transaction 100. Enter. So I'm thinking there is some errors. TTCF. Sorry. Here company code is I think change. I need to change. Just go back because I'm doing configuration everything under the REDA company. Sorry. Again, I just here we need to change the company code. So documented 01/11/2024. So here I need to change the company code. Whatever the transaction, whatever the type of transaction we are posting, before that we need to check our company code. Then posting keys, credit posting keys. Then I need to select the vendor name. Here I created only one vendor, so it will display only one vendor. External transaction type 100. Enter. So amount 5 lakhs. If you want to do the calculation tax something that is separate to taxation part, we need to create and assign the calculation part to the asset master. Then only it will appear, but it takes some difficult. So in my company code also till I did not create the taxation part, so I no need to check this one. Then text to purchase bull rider something and asset debit posting is 70. So then which asset I'm creating? Bull riders. Just enter. External transaction 100. Enter. So again, debit credit line item we already mentioned, and credit line item side amount also mentioned. So debit line item side we need to mention the same amount. So if you want to enter the same amount, or else you just mention the star, enter. Then automatically whatever the amount you mentioned in the debit side, it will be updated here. Then text also we just mentioned plus. So it means whatever the text we updated in the debit credit side, same text it will be appearing here. So this is the credentials. Whatever before going to post the document. Then before going to post, I just simulate the document. Or document, go to the document, simulate to. So you can see this is the document. Whatever the whenever we are going to purchase asset relevant. So this is the KR document. So system will shows basically AP point of view also whenever we're purchasing the vendor invoice, KR document display at the same time asset accounting also it will display purchasing side. So KR document. Then everything it will be okay. Then I just click on the save. So document 1020 was posted in company code. So already a company code. Now it will be reflected in the balance sheets. So 5 lakhs rupees worth of asset will be purchased. Now now step is then how we will check the asset value in our ERPs. So asset creation completed. At the same time, you can use AS0010 using with AS00. You can try it sub asset and acquisition entry is done. Now we want to display the asset value. So AW01N T code is the checking the asset value. AW01N. So you can see this is the asset value purchase 5 lakhs rupees. So this is the ordinary depreciation, whatever we mentioned, depreciation amount 31,000 to something. So our depreciation amount is 10% something, whatever. So here planned values, posted values. So till we did not post any single depreciation run, so that it is showing only planned value. And comparisons, you just observe here comparisons. So here I am selecting the written down value. So these ties related assets, I already selected written down values. So written down values means system will shows the first year is 5 lakhs. So we'll treat as a 31,000 something for the depreciation amount based on the duration. 20, this is the 24 financial year. So we already completed almost seven posting period, 7 months. So like now, this is the November. I think November is the 8th posting period, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I think up to March, we have only 5 posting periods, right? November, December, January, February, March. So system will calculate this particular year only 5 months, based on the 5 months, based on the percentage, system will pick the show the depreciation amount. So here after the depreciation 4,68,000 is the net book value. I just explain. So 70,345. 7345. Sorry. By 468,972. 468,972 into 100. So it means 14.5 something. I mentioned 15% as a written down method. So 15% I mentioned as a written down method, and that written down method I already assigned the posting key. So then automatically whenever system it shows based on that posting keys, it will take net book value. So if you want to select the straight line value, every year system will be 15% means 10% 5 lakhs, 15% means 2 lakhs, 25,000, 75,000 system it will be appearing every year. So this is the net book value. So in this way, asset accounting, we are using this asset accounting to evaluate the asset original value. So for example, manager, whatever the client is asking, this particular duration, I have how much assets with original value. Then you can directly generate the reconciliation, land reconciliation, whatever the type of whatever the kind of assets, you can select the reconciliation account. You will just go through the values. Everything it will be appearing. So this is the asset relevant values identification. And once again, and this is the asset sale. So before going to asset sale, I just posted a one asset run, depreciation run. How we can post the depreciation run, AF, AB. Code. These are all the entries from the part of end user only. No consultant level, no one cannot do this. Then depreciation run. We just run the depreciation for this particular asset, AF, AB. Before going to run the depreciation, we just selected posted values. Here you can see posted values. There is no any posted values. 9, 10, 11, 12. We have a 4 months, but this current month is 8th posting period. Till it is not appearing. Whenever we done the depreciation, under the posting value, that 8th posting period, it will be appearing here. So go to the, open the new screen, /n AFAB. So this is the posting run. If you want to do the posting, before run the depreciation, we have option to the test run and plan run, repeat run, restart run. So here I already, this one monthly once only run the depreciation. Again, if you want to run the depreciation, we need to do the repeat run only. So I just click on the repeat run because I already run this depreciation for this month. Depreciation run, select test run, execute, fill all the required. So posting period is 8 and execute this option. Continue. You can see the particular asset 32,568 is the posted planned amount. If you want to post this per month, this amount will be posted. So everything it will be appearing. This is the test run. So, but as a part of real-time depreciation, you just remove the test run and repeat run is okay because we already run sometimes. So again, one more time, if you want to run the depreciation, we just select repeat run only. Then go to the program. Here, execute background jobs. Click on the background jobs. So our printer, SAP standard printer name is LP01 and continue. So formatting X68, it means whatever the data uploading, whatever the data recording and everything, configuration later master data, everything it will be stored in tables only. That is showing. Continue. So depreciation run, I'll start immediately and check save this button. So automatically background job was successfully the program. So system automatically the depreciation run is completed. Now we'll go for check the ASW01. AW01 Asset Explorer. So here, post planet run only it will display. I just go back and read the same screen. So now here it will display posted value also. Go to the posted value. Here you can see posted value. It means the particular asset as an end user part depreciation will be done to the particular period. So this is the depreciation process. So I hope everyone it will understand. Then one more just entry. Then I will finish. So this is the asset sale. So why I am final asset sale is, so at the time of asset sale only system will pick the all the relevant GL account. So here I just know the asset value is 5 lakhs. I purchased. Depreciation is already 6,000. Depreciation 6,000 is done. So if I sell the asset in 5 lakhs 10,000, I'll get the profit 16,000 something. If I sell the asset in 4 lakhs 50, I'll get the loss 50,000 minus 6,000 minus 6,000. It means 44,000 something loss I will get to. So I just show the details. So asset value is 5 lakhs. So just /n F.92 is the asset sale. Asset retirement from sale. So it means whatever asset sale, scrapping, anyhow, asset retirement we can treat. So document date, it means today date only I will sell that asset. 16/11/2024. and asset sale posting key automatically system it will display. So we are selling the asset to any customer, like XYZ customer. So here customer account debit and asset account is credited. So that is the rule. So here customer debit posting key is 01 and enter. So I have a one customer name Kushal Reddy, just enter this one. And here transaction types. So I already told transaction type is external transaction. I already told transaction type external transaction retirement 210. So we need to select that 210. So here only we'll select 210. 210. Enter. So how much amount will say? For example, 5 lakhs I purchase, 6,000 depreciation. So again, I'll sell that asset 5 lakhs 50,000. So it means I'll get some 44,000 something profit. How the system will show the profit, I'll explain. But here I'll explain, I'll update only two line items. So like customer line item at the same time, asset line item only, or else sales line item only, I'll explain, I'll update. So 5 lakhs 50,000, I'll sell that asset. Text, sale of bull riders. So posting key. So basically posting key asset selling 75, but this is the sales part of it, means sales. For the sale purpose, I just selected the 50 posting key. Sorry, posting key 50. Here only it is important, you just understand 50 posting key is 50. Here I'll select direct sale amount to the whatever under that. So here I already created sales GL account, sale of asset. So sale of asset. So if you want to sell lands, if you want to sell the land under the land kind of asset, then you can select the land sale or else building, furniture. What kind of assets you are going to sell, then you will select this GL. Then only system will display under this particular land sale how many assets we have. It will be displaying. It will be displaying. So here RT ties relevant. So I need to select the sales GL account. You can say sale of ties GL account. That GL account, because required GLs I already assign in AO90. Then that purpose it will appearing here. Then enter. So how much amount? 5 lakhs 50,000. Then here business area. So I already at the time of purchasing entry business area mentioned. So from this business area onwards, system will asset will be left. REDI text sale of something I mentioned. So here you just observe here asset retirement. So for example, we have a asset. So select on this asset retirement. Then enter how much asset will be business area REDA. Sorry, REDB something. Enter. So whenever I'm selecting the retirement, system automatically it will be appearing another dialog box. Here under the ties asset, we have a different kind of asset. So, but here we create only one asset, one tie asset. But as part of real time, they are creating different kind of assets. So select. So if a particular bull rider asset we are going to sell. Select on this one. So automatically system will display 210 because we already enter. Then asset value date. So which date we are going to asset, we are going to sell that asset. I just mentioned today date 16/11/2024. Here there is a checkbox. Click complete retirement. If you want to retire the asset completely or else partially, percentage, quantity. For example, asset have sub asset based on sub asset. Some assets only we retired based on the percentage, based on the asset. For example, asset having 5 lakhs, so we need to retain the 50% of asset. These kind of scenarios, we will select this one. But here I just I'm selecting a complete asset return. Select on this one and continue. So these are all the parameters we are going to update it. But here we just updated only customer line item and asset line item. But whenever we're trying to save system, it shows 6 line items. So that one we'll go to check, go to the document, simulator. We can see we enter only 2 items, so 2 line item, but system it will show 6 line items. So here you can see this is the profit on sale of asset. So here our asset entry is 5 lakhs. So our purchase is 5 lakhs, sale amount is 5 lakhs 50. So it means 50,000 is also profit, and that depreciation amount also we can system will treat it as a profit. So total 53 something. So 6,000 means here first month posted only 3,000 something, but so sorry, this is the profit on sale of asset, this GL. So in this way, system will display this everything posting keys and everything. This is the asset purchase value, sale value, and purchase value, and both contra entries, whatever I explain in Excel. If you understand this in server point of view, nobody cannot understand easily. But I just mentioned in the Excel sheet, you just go through the Excel sheet, then automatic same kind of GL accounts, it will be reflect here. If it is profit GL account comes under the debit side. If it is the credit, sorry, if it is profit GL comes under profit GL account comes under the credit. If it is loss GL account comes under the credit side. So this is the way asset accounting, we are using this asset accounting. So before going to save, just double click on this. If you want to update anything, or else leave, just go back, and this one also just go back and go to the save. Document 3005 was posted in company code. So in this way we are using the asset accounting part of different kind of transactions. So I think session is I'm going to close. I hope everyone it will be understand.
So
There
Mohan,
any
we
doubt?
just have a quick question. What is the significance that we are using 3 different ways? Let's say whenever we are retiring asset or selling an asset, whenever we are selling an asset, system won't it consider it as a retirement option, because we are giving a posting key at that level, system will not determine that. And also we are giving a transaction type as a second level. And the third thing, we are checking
basically
asset retirement checkbox.
Yes, first time also we no need to update the here. This is asset. So here first time also we no need to do the external transaction type. At the same time, asset sale, whenever you're selecting the retirement, then system automatically shows the 210 external transaction. But I'm already I'm already entered. And again, when I'm selecting the retirement, it will appear. It is your doubt, right?
No, there are 3 places, right? One is a posting key level system should be able to recognize, is there a such functionality or not, my doubt. And is the transaction type is a mandatory for us to enter here for a system to understand this transaction as a retirement?
Yes, sure. Whenever, if you want to select the whatever, if you sell the asset means the asset completely left from our company. If asset retirement means completely asset, it will be left from the company. Asset scrapping. So these 3 scenarios we need to select the retirement.
Correct. Retirement, I understand, but while posting key level itself, system will not recognize, or the transaction type is a mandatory for us to enter, or what?
So once again, here under the posting key, we are creating the posting key.
Right.
So that posting key, we need to assign each and every kind of assets. So, I mean, asset determination. Then only system it will be display automatically. So particular kind of asset master, it will be shown the particular, I mean, straight line are written down. So in this part, the ties asset, I mentioned 15% of written down method, and that method treated as created on a posting key. That posting keys I will assign under the ties asset determination. So then automatically it will be updated automatically. If you want to change another depreciation key, then we need to change the at the time here depreciation key. You want to change the depreciation key at the time of asset master also we have option to create, and here also determination place also we have a option to change.
Each depreciation key we should understand like a depreciation method.
Yes.
Okay.
If you want to create multiple depreciation keys, we can create multiple depreciation keys.
Okay.
Sir, I will add one more point. What Mohan is asking. Hello.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. She is asking whenever that the transaction type is mandatory. He's asking that is mandatory, Mohan, when asset accounting.
Okay. And what is the significance again? Asset retirement checkbox in a second screen. We are ticking that. Though I am entering transaction type here, again, should I put that asset retirement checkbox as a tick mark? Why multiple levels we are doing it? Is there a way system can understand directly with a one level like a posting key or any other determination that we are doing it?
No, see here posting key for my understanding is it is to identify debit or credit. Okay.
Correct. Let's say if you say F-43, right? So it says vendor invoice, debit and credit, it will decide, and it will also takes directly only vendor accounts there. Similarly, when we say 70-75 debit and credit posting case, 31 if you are using, maybe that will go to vendor again. And if you say 70, obviously it will go to asset side.
Correct.
And
yes. Based on the posting keys only, system will retrieve the required GL account. So
correct. And that way it directly should be able to link either with a transaction type to the asset retirement or not, my question. So we are entering transaction type already in our first screen whenever we are entering the sale transaction, right? In a second screen, again, we are selecting that asset retirement checkbox. Is that really mandatory? If so, how is that different and how it will?
First time debit side will whenever posting credit first time I mean posting is required, and second time directly go to the sub asset type, we select the retirement option, then automatically it will appear total. It will be enough for the second line item also. No need to enter the second time.
No, not the second time. In a second screen, asset retirement, the checkbox was there, right? So we are ticking that again. Yeah,
you
just enter
complete retirement and partial, that one.
No, maybe not for a complete. Yeah, let's go with that. Let us see if I understand correctly.
So it means again I want to post new asset or something. Okay.
Or can we just go and see the simulation? We no need to post everything, right?
Yeah, only simulation you can do, sir.
Okay. Can I check the
We can pick existing asset, any one asset. Anyway, we are not going to post directly. We can take existing asset only here. As maybe while posting it, it might throw an error, but a simulation until we can go, right? Yeah, here we are entering transaction type. With this, system will recognize asset retirement option or not. That was my question. With 210, we said that it's a retirement. When I say 210, it's a retirement. Why should I tick again asset retirement in next screen?
Because both debit and credit we need to enter, right?
Still, this is a debit. We have not yet entered any amount. If you press enter, it will go for you to enter debit amount. Correct?
So okay, your doubt is second time here also I mentioned, right?
Here also we have, and I think, yeah, and another place we are saying retirement, right? So I don't see that field.
This
here.
is not mandatory, but I'm just entering. Without entering here, system will take as a
correct, because we already mentioned that in a debit side or a credit
okay.
side.
Okay, no need to enter second time also. I just entered.
Okay. Overall, this was a good session to understand a high level about asset accounting. I know this may take long time to go through in detail. But do you have a plan to cover S4HANA as well? Looks like this is ECC, but I'm not sure what are the major changes between ECC and S4HANA with respect to asset accounting.
Yeah. So maybe I have I have a chance to another maybe a couple of 2 or 3 sections. I will explain everything at the part of configuration, ECC and S4HANA also
Okay.
with my knowledge.
Okay.
Okay, thank you everyone. So I already shared this both Excel sheet, Excel and Word sheet. So anybody wants to request, just download it and read this video, watch this video. Thank you.